Hello friends! Today I'm gonna be giving you a full review video, which I have never done before actually, so we'll see how this goes. I received a copy of Gifting Me to His Best Friend by Katee Roberts in exchange for an honest review because I requested the art. I've been really excited about this book. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I've been hearing so much about Katee Roberts, but for some reason this book was the one that was like, yes, that's the one I need to read first. Probably because of the synopsis, which I will tell you in a second. If you didn't know though, Katee Roberts writes romance erotica. This book is pretty short, but I would still classify it as romance. There's a happily ever after. I mean, there's a lot of sex. Let me just tell you that this book is mostly sex, so like, if that's not your thing, this is probably not your thing. Yeah, so Katee Roberts has also written the series I keep hearing about most from her is the Wicked Villain series, where it's like Disney villains in like a contemporary period. I think there's like a kink club and stuff, and it sounds amazing. I just haven't started it yet. I mostly haven't started it yet because I think the first one has like a daddy kink thing in it, and that's just not my thing. It makes me really uncomfortable. But I do want to read it in order because like apparently like the characters, like you see them throughout the thing. So I'm gonna try to read, I think it's called Desperate Measures, with Jafar and Jasmine, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, but this is about Gifting Me to His Best Friend by Katee Roberts. It's a Christmas in July kind of book. It comes out July 30th, and it is about 3 characters, and it is a menage. It's male, male, female. So it starts with Grayson and Emma, who are married, and their best friend Derek, who are all staying together at a cabin for over Christmas. Apparently they do this every year. Emma and Grayson have been married for 7 years, and I guess Grayson and Derek have known each other since high school. And it starts off really interesting because like you can, like going into this I knew a bit about it but not much. I will say that the main thing when it begins that's really just great is that Emma and Grayson have like a really like healthy, good marriage. Like they have a great relationship, they have open communication, they're just like, they're great. I really liked them going in, and then like when they bring Derek in, it's also really great. So the whole thing starts off as kind of like a, not like a sex deal exactly, but kind of like just for the holidays you can have my wife basically, which is like Emma agrees with. Emma's like super into this idea and is like, yes, let's do this, and Grayson is like, okay, then let's do this. But there's also the complications of like that Grayson and Derek have always had something between them ever since high school. Like when they met, it just has never lined up exactly because either Derek was with someone or Grayson was with someone, and so like nothing ever happened, and they've never talked about it either. So like that is lingering in this, and like at first the deal is just like for Derek to get to fuck Emma, but then like they're both like, what are Grayson twins? And then it goes from there. I will say this is a lot of sex, like it is mostly sex. However, it is very well written sex. Katee Roberts writes a fantastic sex scene. And if you don't follow her on social media, you might not know this, but this is one of the things that made me laugh. So you might enjoy it. Sometimes she posts in like her Instagram stories, she'll post like her staging her sex scenes with like Barbie dolls or something. I think they're Barbie dolls. And every time it comes across my feed, it's just so funny to me because like it makes so much sense, because writing sex scenes is really hard. Just like having it's just great. It's just great, and it's definitely like one of the reasons why she writes such a great sex scene. I mean, there's other reasons. She's obviously just like a really good erotica writer. But yeah, overall this book was a lot of fun. It was very steamy, like oh my god. Yeah, and I liked all the characters. I liked that communication was like a very open thing. Like like about midway through I was kind of worried that we were gonna have one of those like miscommunication tropes, and I was gonna be like, okay, like I'll deal with it, but annoyed. But that's not what happens in this. Actually, there is a lot of communication, and it's not the miscommunication that's the problem. That's like the end conflict thing. It's more just like the fear of losing each other as friends if they do try for more, even though like they've kind of already ruined the friendship, so to speak. It's from Emma's point of view completely. It's in first person, and I do feel like we get a lot of Emma and Grayson from that. Like we get a lot of their emotions and like what they're thinking and feeling and everything, but I feel like we don't get a lot of Derek. Like Emma has a one-on-one with him and talks to him and stuff, but like we don't get a lot of like what's really going through his head, and we kind of know. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but I feel like we don't like super know, and I kind of wanted more of that, and I wanted more of like the for the revolution, and I wanted more of the resolution to be a little just more, but I still gave it 5 stars. So overall, highly recommend this book. Definitely will be reading more by Katee Roberts personally. I think I'm gonna check out, this is technically like a series, it's like a Touch of Taboo series, and the first one is Your Dad Will Do, and I'm probably gonna read that one next because that sounds, I will leave links in the description for this book and Katee Roberts in general. Once again, it comes out on July 30th, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope you read it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Life Before Death, Radiance.